Hi, you're listening to the Love and Money Podcast with Shakira, and today I'm going to talk to you about investing. Can investing make you rich? The answer to that is yes. And so basically, if you already have a 401k or a Roth IRA, then you are already investing. But I'm going to talk to you specifically about one type of investment today, and that is the 401k. So the 401k is also known as a pre-tax account or a tax deferred account, meaning that the money that you get now is not touched, but later on when you retire, they're going to take the taxes out of that money. So when you start withdrawing the money after retirement, then that's when they're going to start taking the tax out. Hence, it's called tax deferred. Deferred meaning later. Tax deferred. They're going to take the taxes out later. So that's the 401k, also known as pre tax or tax deferred account. And so, what the 401k does is it shields the high income from taxes. So, it's a way of shielding your money. So, you're basically putting your money into account uh, and no taxes are being taken out of it. So it's a way to shield or shelter your money from taxes. But of course, later when you withdraw it, when you retire, at that point you're going to be taking um, they're going to be taking the taxes out at that point. And so with the 401k, your employer matches that money. And so it's essentially you're getting free money by having a 401k account. And so example of how that works is just say for example you make $60,000 a year. This is just an example. And the employer contributes a 3% match. So take 60,000 times 0.03 and you would get $1,800. So that's $1,800 of free money that your employer is going to be putting into your account every year. And so that's an example of what a match is, a 3% match. And so by having a 401k, you are getting free money from your employer. So if you don't have a 401k, then you are leaving free money on the table that you could be having. So by having a 401k, not only are you sheltering your money from taxes currently, but you're also getting free money from your employer. In addition to that, the money is compounding. It's growing on its own. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing because you're getting dividends, you're getting um, other payments. Your money is growing on your own. The 401k is like a bunch of different stocks. And so as the businesses, they do well and they perform well, you are getting the profit from that. Just for example, if you have experience with buying individual stocks and you can see that stock price rise, if you have that experience, the same thing is happening in your 401k account. The money is rising. Your money is making money just by having a 401k account. And so I'm going to talk to you about some of the reasons why you hear people talking against the 401k. And usually you'll see those being the real estate people. They're against the 401k and they see the 401k as a big scam. And so I'm just going to talk to you about some of those reasons why you hear people talking against the 401k. And so one reason is the fact that, like I said before, the 401k is tax deferred, meaning that they're not going to take the tax, they're not going to touch your account now as far as the taxes go, but it's tax deferred. So when you get ready to retire, they're going to be taking the taxes out of the money that you withdraw. And so that's one of the reasons why you see people talking against it is because later on in life, we expect the taxes to go higher. So right now, the tax rate is around 30%, 33%, depending on where you live. And so we're expecting that as time goes on and that, as the years go on, that tax rate will be higher and higher. So as opposed to you being taxed at 30% or 33%, wherever you live now, no one knows what that tax rate will be in the future. And so that's one of the reasons why you'll hear people talking against the 401k. However, my thought on that is it's better to be taxed at a higher tax rate. Say, for example, you saved, this is just an example, 300,000. It's better be taxed at that higher tax rate of 300,000 in the future than to be taxed at that rate of the higher rate of $0 because you didn't save anything. So that's my thought with that. The second reason why you'll hear people talking against the 401k is because you don't have any control over the 401k. Basically, this is your money being put into accounts with a brokerage and you don't have any control over it. It could go from 800,000 to 400,000. And so there's no control there. And so what people usually do in this instance is that they save cash and they have 2 years reserves of cash because what happens is that the cycle goes down and up and down and up and down and up. And so during that period of time where it's down, people have the cash reserves to live off on, knowing that eventually it will come back up and it will go higher than the point where it was at before. Um, in addition, also, people do not just rely on one thing. They're not just relying on a 401k. People are, well, the majority of people are not doing this, but the wise thing to do would be to start developing a real estate portfolio because real estate is a real asset. So, although you don't have control over the 401k on what it's doing, whether it's going to go down, up, down, up, real estate is a real hard asset, and you would have that rental income coming in from the property. Um, and then you could also always sell the real estate property that you have. And so those are my thoughts on that argument that you don't have control over it. So just because you don't have control over it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing it. You should be doing it. The 401k is one of the ways to build wealth and is one of the reasons why there is no wealth in your family is because your family has not been investing. So ask your family all of these years that they've been working, have they been investing? And you'll find your answer. And so, to answer the question, can investing make you rich? The answer is yes. The 401k is just one example of investing. And so, I just wanted to come in and share that with you, just in case you are maybe unclear on what investing is. Like I said before, that's just one example. And so I just wanted to come in and share that with you, just in case you may be unclear on what investing is, because it's something that's not taught in school, and it's something that you have to really get on your own through self education, through reading finance books, and just educating yourself as much as possible. So, this is the Love and Money Podcast with Shakira. If you like this podcast, please share it with one other person. And then please hit the like button. It gives me an indication if you want to hear more things about investing or not. And then hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. So, this is the Love and Money Podcast with Shakira. Please hit the like and subscribe button and hit the share button. And thank you for listening.